Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online, and on the go. This is Valley News Live at 5.
We have new developments today out of Bismarck and the Twin Cities regarding the resettlement of Syrian refugees. Thanks for joining us tonight. North Dakota Governor Jack Dalrymple says there needs to be a stop to the federal program. And Minnesota Governor Mark Dayton fired back against governors saying no to the Syrians. Valley News Team's immigration and relocation reporter Bradford Eric joins us now with much more. Bradford?
Stephanie, the fallout from Friday's coordinated attacks in Paris continues here in the States. And now nearly half of all state governors say they don't want Syrian refugees. Yesterday, Governor Dalrymple danced around the question, not giving a specific answer, yes or no. That changed today. Dalrymple's office says he is taking it to the next level, addressing concerns on a wider scale, not just here in North Dakota. Dalrymple's office says he joined other governors on a conference call today with White House officials, Homeland Security, the FBI, and the State Department discussing their concerns. But Minnesota Governor Mark Dayton criticized those governors opposing Syrian resettlement in their borders, calling it showmanship.
I think it's showmanship on the part of these governors who pretend that they would be able to sanctify their borders so that only certain people can enter their state and other people can't. I want to protect the people of Minnesota every bit as much as any of those governors want to protect the people of their states. But it's to stand up there with swagger and say, well, I'm going to prevent the wrong people from entering my state, to me is just ludicrous.
Remember, the Obama administration already pledged to resettle 10,000 Syrians here in the United States. Also, one of the individuals believed involved in the Paris attacks, for which ISIS has taken claim, reportedly entered France with the groups of refugees making their way across Europe. The FBI Director James Comey has repeatedly said since February of this year there is no way to properly screen the refugees. They have no records, and the U.S. has little to no presence on the ground in Syria. The multitude of GOP presidential candidates have all expressed their opinions on this topic, and we have not heard back from Attorney General Wayne Stenjem's office regarding his thoughts on whether the governor has consulted with him. Stenjem is expected to announce his decision to run for governor or not before Thanksgiving.
All right, Bradford, thank you. Now we're working to get a copy of the letter that Governor Dalrymple will send to the White House about why he feels the resettlement of Syrian refugees needs to be halted. We'll bring that to you as soon as we have it. The North Dakota Department of Health says they could not find the cause of this summer's E. coli outbreak centered around the Red River Valley Fair. The final report said 62 people were sickened over the course of the fair. State officials are unsure if the cause was from one of the food vendors or from contact with animals. The report also says no investigation was conducted at the fairground in West Fargo because the first symptoms were reported after the fair had already closed down and there were no food vendors or animal attractions still there. A complaint has been filed against the fair and it's expected a lawsuit will ensue. Well, we're dreary, cold, and rainy again out there today. It's still looking slick on those roads too. So should we keep that umbrella handy tonight? Let's find out with Hutch Johnson. Hutch?
Certainly gray and soupy weather does continue. Reduced visibilities as a result of the haze and the mist that's occurring across the region. Hey, it stayed for the most part dry in the Devil's Lake Basin, but from the Red River Valley, Grand Forks, Fargo, down towards Ellendale and any point east of that, we have had soggy conditions on again, off again throughout the day. Cold air has spilled into the Rocky Mountain counties here in the upper Midwest, and that cold air causing snow in Colorado, spreading into Kansas and Nebraska for tonight. But we stay on the warmer, wet side of this system. If you're heading out, yes, we could still have passing showers here in the FM area and points north and east as we go through the evening. Temperatures steady this evening. It looks like cold and extremely windy weather, Stephanie, is on the way. The wind could exceed the speed limit in some spots. I'll have details about that here in just a few minutes.
That's an interesting way to look at it, Hutch.
It's going to be hard to carry a 4x4 sheet of plywood.
Interesting.
Yes.
Okay,
right.
thank you. A man accused of stealing a minivan with a child in the back seat has been sentenced in Cass County Court. Ali Hashi will spend 38 more days in Cass County Jail. He's been there since June and received credit for the time he's already served. Fargo police say that Hashi took a minivan that was sitting outside the American and Asian market off of Main Avenue in Fargo with a 3-year-old asleep inside. Fargo police were in the process of issuing an Amber Alert when they found the child safe just a few blocks away. Hashi was charged with felony theft. He was not charged with the kidnapping because police say that Hashi didn't realize the child was in the van. An East Grand Forks man has been charged with a mini crime wave against priests at Sacred Heart Parish. 49-year-old Thomas Kelly faces 8 felony counts, including possession of meth, stealing a car, and 6 counts of burglary. As Valley News Team's Neil Carlson shows us, the victims in this case are keeping the spirit of our upcoming Thanksgiving holiday alive and well.
Thomas Kelly had been undergoing drug treatment at Douglas Place in East Grand Forks when he apparently started a mini crime wave. Kelly allegedly broke into several garages behind the priest's residence at Sacred Heart Parish. Items stolen include a vehicle, shop tools, and more. Most of the victims were priests.
I think he took the bike of the bishop and from the car of Monsignor Mike, some oil stock that we use for anointing the sick and few things like that.
However, Father Alongo says it was no big deal, and he has this message for Kelly.
I would say that Jesus loves you, and we will help you in whatever way that you can come out of this habit of taking things away from others and causing them difficulty.
If Kelly is convicted and sentenced to prison, he couldn't have asked for any nicer victims. If convicted and sent to prison, he can expect some visitors.
Going to see him again in prison and to tell him, we have no grievances against you. We understand what you go through in your life. We are ready to forgive you.
Now, after a long history of crime, Thomas Kelly could soon be on the receiving end of a different type of counseling. In East Grand Forks, Neil Carlson, Valley News Live.
Kelly's past criminal record includes conviction for possession of stolen property and a long list of drug and alcohol offenses. A Grand Forks man is in custody after police discovered he had child pornography. Grand Forks police received a cyber tip from the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children. An investigation revealed that the IP address associated with 85-year-old Roger Whaley has been in possession of child pornography. Police searched Whaley's home and recovered evidence leading to his arrest. Charges relating to child pornography have been forwarded to the Grand Forks County State's Attorney's Office for review. Election judges are waiting for you in West Fargo, where voters are going to be asked to approve a $98 million school referendum today. Polls are open until 8 o'clock tonight, so there still is time, and eligible voters can cast their ballots at any voting location. Just make sure that you bring your ID. The district is looking to build 2 new elementary schools, add an addition to West Fargo High, build a new hockey rink and a swimming pool. A yes vote will not increase school property taxes. That's according to the district. Owners of a $150,000 home would see their property tax continue to be about $200 a year. However, a no vote means a homeowner's taxes would drop over time because of various levies expiring. Changes are coming for the Family Wellness Yoga Studio as it prepares to close its doors on Sunday. It's currently located across the street from Family Wellness. That's next to Spicy Pie. Right now, Family Wellness members have to pay extra for these classes. Staff say after hearing feedback from members, the yoga studio will now be inclusive in the membership and under the same roof. People who are not members at the wellness facility can still attend classes or drop in or do a trial membership. Staff admit Family Wellness has been crowded since they opened and hope to, within the next 5 years or so, have a new building. This weekend, you can take the whole family to a place that will be fun and educational for all ages. The Otter Tail County Historical Society Museum has free admission this Thursday through Saturday for their Flock to the Museum event. Interactive exhibits, live demonstrations, even a bake sale will all be taking place this weekend. Museum employees say they put together exhibits they think people will enjoy seeing and learning about.
We are a very three-dimensional museum. We try to depict historical periods and events in a way that brings everything into context. We're not a living history museum, but we come as close as possible to being a living history museum indoor.
The exhibit will also have book signings from local authors. Well, still ahead at 5, the gift that the gas pump is giving you this holiday season.
Stormy weather in the Central Plains is extending all the way up to the north. Right now it's rain, but for some we could see flakes, and many of us will see very gusty wind. Your hour-by-hour forecast is straight ahead.